As someone who's been doing SEO for clients for 16 years now, one thing that happens a lot is that clients will come to you and say, hey, this other SEO says we should be doing something different. And whenever this happens, I always look into whatever this other SEO is saying we should do. Of course, when you've been doing this long enough, most of the time, whatever this other SEO is saying we should do is something we've already considered. But every once in a while, someone has a good idea that we can use. But recently I've been seeing a new version of this that I want to talk about. A lot of my clients have been coming to me and not saying, hey, this other SEO said this, but ChatGPT said there's this other strategy we should try. And while ChatGPT's advice is very predictable, the one thing that's different is that it almost never has terrible advice. In fact, most of the time the advice is pretty good. Now I can already hear the other SEOs saying, what are you talking about, TJ? ChatGPT just regurgitates the most common response online, and most common SEO advice is terrible. And I do think that's partly true. I think if you're in the top 20% of SEO, ChatGPT is not going to offer anything new, and sometimes it's just going to say things that are outright wrong. For the most part, though, you're getting an aggregate of what all the other SEOs online are saying. However, if you're using one of the thinking models like ChatGPT o3, it's actually going to go one step further. It's going to collect a bunch of ideas and then reason about which idea is best. So while an experienced SEO who's keeping up with Google changes can still give you better advice than ChatGPT, I think we've reached the point where ChatGPT can give you better advice than the average SEO. And that's a fundamental shift in what makes SEO agencies and SEO consultants valuable. It used to be that businesses had to pay people in agencies like us because that was the only way to gain access to the knowledge about how to rank in Google. But now any business owner can go to ChatGPT and, in my experience, get better advice than they're going to get from most SEOs. So right now, ChatGPT is probably as knowledgeable as 70 to 80% of SEOs, and it's just going to keep getting smarter. Pretty soon it'll be 90%, 95% of SEOs. So as the value of that knowledge goes down, where is the remaining value of an SEO agency or consultant? I think there's two places where we can still be very valuable, at least for a few years. One is that we can keep up with the changes faster than the LLMs can. Even though ChatGPT can search the internet, its training data cutoff is months ago at best. With things changing as quickly as they are right now, there are going to be new opportunities every month, and ChatGPT is going to have a hard time reasoning about those new strategies. That being said, it seems like it's only a matter of time before ChatGPT can do that very well. And the other place we're valuable is on execution, because SEO, of course, isn't just about knowledge, it's also about doing the work. And that's why I think in the future, SEO and digital marketing more generally is really going to break off into two different camps. You'll have the top 1%, the best in the world at what they do, and they can charge premium prices. And then you'll have some kind of commoditized service. Agencies or consultants who have figured out how to do high quality work at scale at a really good rate. So if you're paying an SEO agency or consultant right now, they should either be one of the best in the world, or you should expect them to be lowering the rates. AI is making it way easier to do our job, and there's no reason why you shouldn't get some of that benefit.